Kamil Mumtaz for this very illuminating talk. I would like to say that I'm not going to rebut or repudiate Professor Mumtaz. I don't know why we have this perception that a working physicist has to go contrary to what a philosopher of science has to say. But I would like to talk about a few nuances, a few subtle points which haven't emerged in their full clarity from this otherwise excellent review of Wolfgang Smith's work. First of all, there are different ways of looking at probability and improbability and uncertainty. In classical mechanics, which is the Cartesian picture, or Newtonian mechanics, in which you said that if you know where a particle exists at a certain point in space and time, you know what forces are acting on the particle, you can predict with certainty where the particle would be after a minute, after an hour, after a year. So knowing the position and momentum of the particle at t equals 0 would tell you where the particle would be, what speed would it be moving with at some future time. So this is the classical picture or the Newtonian picture. Now, and this in fact reflects the concept of Laplacian determinism. But quantum mechanics has actually changed this picture, as you mentioned. Now we have probabilities, now we have improbabilities, now we have the uncertainty principle. But a different way to look at this is that this picture has actually told you something more about nature. It's a more powerful way of looking at nature. It's not really an imprecise way of looking at nature. So the term possibility or probability, through our common sense and our intuition, implies some kind of weakness. Previously, in classical mechanics or Newtonian mechanics, you knew things with certainty. You would be certain where the particle would be. If you knew the present, you could be certain about the future. Quantum mechanics has overthrown this point of view, but that does not mean that quantum mechanics implies some kind of weakness or some kind of incapacity or inability on the scientist's behalf to understand the universe. It actually tells you more about the universe. Previously, in the classical picture or the Newtonian picture, you could not predict the motion of an electron. You could not predict the motion of a proton or subatomic particles. But now quantum mechanics, with its theory based on probability, with its theory based on Bohmian mechanics, it actually gives you a stronger handle on understanding the universe. So it's not that uncertainty or improbability or impreciseness has withheld our capacity to understand the universe. It's in fact the other way around. The second point I would like to point to is a distinction between science and scientism. When we actually say that modern physics, so what is scientism? In Urdu, I would like to call it scienciyat. So we have science and we have scienciyat or scientism. Scientism, every science inevitably comes with certain philosophical or metaphysical underpinnings. For example, Einstein, when he's one of the pioneers of the quantum theory, but he was not satisfied with the quantum theory, and he proposed the famous dictum that God does not play dice. So at a philosophical level, he was not comfortable with the quantum theory, but he understood and realized that his quantum theory was mathematically consistent, was logical. So every scientific theory comes with a concomitant philosophy, a concomitant metaphysics. That is scientism. That forms the basis of scientism. When that philosophy or that metaphysics is exalted to the same status as the fact that science tells you, then this notion is scientism. That is, when you lose the distinction between fact and interpretation, there the real danger starts, and then the real confusion starts. Then you have heated discussions. So I think it's very important not to fall into semantic traps and realize that there is some distinction between science as it is practiced by scientists and its philosophical and metaphysical underpinnings, scientists generally do not worry about the metaphysical propositions or suppositions. Only when a scientific edifice is crumbling, only when the classical physics was crumbling in the wake of the quantum theory, did people start questioning the philosophy of determinism. So I think it's very important to respect this distinction between science and scientism. And with this, I would like to open the floor.